You know the room is really still spinning. Good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still spinning because of all the gayness. Hey, welcome back, hippies, to Student of the Gun Radio. I am your host, Professor Paul Markle. Thank you for joining me yet again for another week of insanity and madness and a little bit of good news thrown in there. Speaking of insanity, well, we got plenty of insanity, but before we get into that, I want to welcome you to yet another show, another episode. What are we on this week? According to my show notes, this is episode 93. Woo! Which means what, Jared?
We're almost to an entire year, aren't we?
Well, we're beyond a year crazy.
I don't know what I meant. I was thinking 100 was a year.
100, yeah.
I don't know.
There's not 100 weeks in a year.
There's not?
No.
Oh, I can't math today, apparently. More coffee.
We're almost to the century mark, though, the centennial mark. So we're going to do something special for our 100th show?
I think that our fans
I guess we kind of have to now.
I think that everybody that listens to us should throw us a 100-year anniversary party.
100 segment anniversary party?
100-year anniversary, yeah.
Oh, wow. Drink some more coffee.
Yeah.
Drink some more coffee. Of course, I'm drinking my coffee from my official Black Hills ammunition coffee mug. It's kind of a crock. It's not really so much a mug as it's a crock, but it's good stuff. Well, folks, we had a lot of fun this weekend. We've got a lot of hilarity and insanity and things that you may not believe and things that unfortunately and sadly that you will believe here coming up on Student of the Gun this week. Last night I took the not Jared but the other son, Zach, to see Primus and the Chocolate Factory. I know some of you are like, what? Professor Paul went to see a Primus concert. I didn't know he was that hip. Yeah, he is that hip. And it was really cool. It was a two-part show. The first half, they came out and they played their normal stuff, you know. Then they took a half-an-hour intermission, closed the curtains, and when they opened them back up, there was a Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory built on the stage. And they essentially started at the beginning of the movie and played Primus versions of all the songs from the movie. The Candyman, the Oompa Loompa songs, the Willy Wonka song, Pure Imagination, and all that. It was really cool. They even had giant Oompa Loompas dancing around the stage. So if you have the opportunity, if they're coming to a stadium near you, make sure you check them out. Now, speaking of checking things out, make sure that you check out Brownells this month because it is Black Rifle November. You want to get back in black with black rifles from Brownells this November. Each week, Brownells is offering incredible pricing on AR-15 parts and accessories. Some complete unassembled AR-15 uppers are selling for as low as $289. If that's not enough, Brownells is blowing out their Bushmaster strip lowers. I'm not even sure if they have any left, but I know they did buy a whole buttload of them, and they're selling them for $49.99. That's right, $49.99.
So like $4,999?
No, $49.99.
Oh, wow, that's cheap.
Woo! Brothers, that is cheap, actually. And I know a lot of guys are probably just buying strip lowers and setting them aside. Because remember what happened 2 years ago? They went from $50 to $200 to you can't find them to if you can find them, you pay whatever the person is asking. Oh, I know guys that, you know your Uncle Dave turned around during the crisis. I think he took a strip lower that he had bought for $49.99 or $59 or whatever. They used to average around $69, $70 for strip lowers. And then during the great gun and ammo crisis of 2013, they jumped up to like $200 a piece if you could find them, sometimes even more. But check out Brownells.com all month long. Now, all these special cool deals expire on December 1st. So if you're going to do a build, a black rifle build, you want to start getting on it. He who hesitates is lost and all that good stuff. So check it out. It's actually right now it is a buyer's market. That's the good news. You know, we suffered through that insanity that was 2012, 2013. Now here we are at the end of 2014, and pretty much everything, I know, except 22 rimfire, but pretty much everything is available. So if you want to do a build, now is the time to do it. And if you've got a project, a Black Rifle Project gun, you might want to check out our new partners, Velocity Triggers. We told you about them before, but we're going to tell you about them again. They make match-grade drop-in trigger kits that are affordable to you and you and you. So go to velocitytriggers.com and check out their wares. So we got Brownells, we got Velocity Triggers. Don't forget about Colt at Colt.com. Now, here's the cool thing. If you have a Colt rifle right now, and for whatever reason the trigger is heavier than you'd like it to be, or you'd like it to be a match gun or precision gun or a varmint hunting gun, you can just take out the internal components, as long as it's an AR-15 style gun, and drop in a Velocity trigger. And XS sights, I've got show notes here now. You guys know that XS sights can go on your handguns. 24/7 big dot sights on your handguns, fighting guns. But did you know that you can put them on AKs? You can put them on AR-15s. They have hunting sights for Marlin rifles, if you can find a Marlin lever action anymore. What else, Jared? The Remingtons, Remington shotguns. Pretty much not every gun, but most guns. If they have sights on them, you can find an XS sight, and they are the fastest sights in any light. Now, SWAT Fuel is one of our partners. You guys know that. We're really excited because Dr. Dan is from SWAT Fuel is coming down to visit us this next week, and he's going to tell us all about some new tourniquets, some life-saving tourniquets that he's been working with as a SWAT doctor out there on the West Coast. And if you go to SWATfuel.com, which you should, check it out. You don't have to be an athlete. You could just be a guy or a girl, and you don't have to be a dude. A lot of people are like, they're like, oh, it's for dudes, right? No, it's for women too. Women can take SWAT Fuel. You're allowed, we promise. But go there, check out their wares, and when you make your purchase, be sure to put in SOTG 2014. That's SOTG 2014. That is your promo code, and that's going to get you 20% off. Now, Jared, I was listening to another podcast this week when I was on the treadmill. I know,
you're cheating on us.
I was listening to the Steve Austin podcast, and Steve has a sponsor, and I'm not going to mention them because they don't sponsor us, but the promo code Steve or whatever from his nutritional sponsor, guess how much you get off?
10.
Yeah, you only get 10% off.
Guess there.
You only get 10% off if you go to that one. But if you go to ours, because you are a student of the gun, you get 20% off. So that's pretty cool. Oh, man, you want to jump right into it?
Actually, before I jump right into it, did you update your Student of the Gun app last night? Because it's available. The updated version is available for Android right now.
Oh, I did get the little message on my phone that said 12 apps need updating, and I bet you that was one of them.
Well, if you have an Android device and you can hear my voice, you can get the updated app right now. And so go up. If you don't have the app downloaded, then download it. Go to your Google Play Store. And if you do, go to your Google Play Store and make sure it's updated, because there's tons of cool features on here now. We added the One Box Workout free report to the app, and the fan mail tab is actually a lot more interactive. It's easier to comment on people's stuff and interact with other people. And then the television tab, it integrates the YouTube comments into the app, so you can see what people have written. You can write new comments via the app. And that's just some of the new
It sounds to me like our fans are going to be busy with their mobile phones this week.
Yeah, and if you have an Apple phone, then I'm sorry, but you have to wait 7 days.
You have to wait.
It might be ready by
soon,
the time you hear my voice.
Yeah, maybe soon. But yeah, definitely, whether you're an Android user or an Apple user, you want to make sure that you're downloading the Student of the Gun mobile app, because there's lots of free stuff. I mean, it costs you nothing. Thanks to our friends at Century Arms. They are the primary sponsor for the mobile app. So it doesn't cost you guys a dime, not even 99 cents. So how cool is that? But now, does this make it a version 1.2?
1.2. No, maybe I did 2.0.
1.1 or 2.0, or what does it make it?
It'll tell you in the App Store. I don't remember if I did 1.2 or 2.0.
So get on there, guys, and we're looking to I don't know what our numbers are now. It's thousands upon thousands, but if you want to join thousands of friends just like you, and listen to, watch, and read everything from the mobile app.
And it fixes the update's going to fix the audio issue when you on the iPhones and iPads. When you lock the screen, the audio will still play.
Well, you're welcome.
And leave us a review while you're downloading the app.
Yeah,
leave
please
us a
do
review.
that. Please, because both Google and Apple, they track the reviews for the apps. So make sure that you download the mobile app. You have no excuse. Just do it. And like Jared said, and I want to highlight this is really cool. It's something that we talked about for the upgrade, was putting the One Box Workout on the mobile app. So now all you have to do, go to the range, open your app, tap the One Box Workout, and you can follow it right there. So, bam, you're welcome.
And I'm going to let you guys know that the app does ask for certain permissions. It asks for location and stuff like that. And it's to use the services that are in the app. Like if you want to use the app to locate us or use the app to call us, the app has to be able to access that part of your phone. So we're not partnered with the freaking government.
Oh,
you're
you're spying on them. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing, Jared. I know you. You're slick. You're trying to spy on our fans.
Well, I like to know you guys.
All right, here we go. Breaking news out of Washington State. This came to us from a student of the gun follower. They sent us a notification that said that not everyone in the People's Republic of Washington is happy with the passage of I-94. As a matter of fact, several of you, many of you fans have written us notes on Facebook or at info@studentofthegun or what have you, and said that this thing was passed based upon lies. I just passed out for a second there.
But he's back now, so.
You mean that the left would lie to you just to pass a bill because you're too stupid to understand what's good for you and they know what's better for you than you do? What? Come on now. Well, apparently not everyone is happy or pleased with the passage of I-594, and there's enough people that they're going to do a rally on December 13th, which is actually kind of cool because we're going to be training that day. We're going to be training here in Free America on December 13th. And it's called We Stand December 13th. I Will Not Comply. Now, there's a let me see. There's a Facebook page, and it's facebook.com/events.
No. Here, we're going to do this.
It's all jacked up.
Yeah, you can go to boldliberty.com, BOLDliberty.com.
Oh, okay.
And the Facebook page is facebook.com/RAL. Those are all capital, and then lowercase Patriots.
Okay. All right, cool. But
See
you want to check that out.
Clicking around.
And right here, I'm on the event page right now, and it says so far that 6.2 thousand people have said that they're going to attend, but we know how that really works. And then 1.8 thousand maybe, and 69,000 invited. There's also a website, and it's the guy who's organized it is a guy named Gavin something. Let me look. Gavin, it's Syme. I'm guessing it's SEIM, so I'm guessing it's pronounced Syme. Anyway, Gavin Syme, and you can go to callmegab.com and get more information about the rally up there, which is going to be December 13th up there in the newly crowned People's Republic of Washington. And folks, if you think this is a joke, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. What this was, and we told you, but that's okay, because not everybody pays attention, and unfortunately a lot of your neighbors are soft-headed and simple-minded, and they can be purchased. How many times, Jared, do we come to this radio microphone and say, look, these millionaires and billionaires are trying to purchase slaves out there in Washington. They have armed guards. They have armed security, but they don't think you peasants should be. Oh, it's right. It's just reasonable. It's just reasonable. And you need to be reasonable. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Are you at boldliberty.com?
No, I'm not.
Go there. Go to boldliberty.com.
Boldliberty. My fingers aren't working now. Okay, I'm there.
Okay. Do you see up on the right hand?
In
the right.
Basically, it goes back to Gavin's site.
Is he playing the Liberty card? Is that what he's doing up there in the right hand corner?
Apparently he is. He's playing the Liberty card.
That's pretty cool.
It says ignite the sparks. I think that's supposed to be a matchbook.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Playing the Liberty card.
He's
He's not playing the race card. He's playing the Liberty card. Is that what we do?
Yeah, we play the Liberty
You
card.
people on the far right, you are trying to play the Liberty card. Oh. Yeah, you're trying to convince people that we just want to take away their freedoms and their liberties and turn them into slaves. And, well, that might be true, but they're too stupid to know what's good for them. So where have we heard that before? That the American people are just too stupid to know what's good for them, so we need to, if we need to lie about it, then what's a couple of lies just to,
Yeah, what difference does it make?
What difference does it make? Isn't it a modern American philosopher, 4 people murdered in Benghazi, and the statement was, what difference does it make? I don't know. What difference does it make there? I see you digging around over there on the board. I see you flipping and you're doing little switches and stuff. Are you trying to pull me some audio?
Yeah, I am trying to pull you some audio. You want to
audio.
move to the next?
All right. Well, here's what we're going to do, brothers and sisters. So check that out. We're going to put it in the Student of the Gun notes. Remember, we don't mention it all the time, but we should. All of the notes, all the show notes and the references are at Student of the Gun Radio, all those words squished together, .com. So if you're saying, hey, where did you guys get that, or I don't believe you, or whatever, or you want to share the show notes with your friends and buddies, go to studentofthegunradio.com. All right, let's move on to, looks like we got some slave state news for them, don't we, Jared?
I like to teach you all the rules. I get to see them set in stone. I like it when you chain me to the bed, but then you see me never show.
Well, it just never, ever, ever ends up there in the glorious People's Republic of California. Now, in addition to all the other insanity that you probably heard about, this is something that you may not have heard about. And this comes to us from guns.com. It's a source. Approved ballot measure turns gun thefts into non-arrestable crimes. I'm sorry. Squeeze me? Baking powder? What was that again? Yes, it says direct opposition from law enforcement and victims group, California, despite opposition from law enforcement and victims groups, California voters approved a ballot initiative that will turn many felonies, including theft of most guns, into misdemeanors while potentially freeing thousands of criminals. Now, why would you want to do that in California? Oh, let me guess, because there's too many people in the prisons, and that's not fair. Well, maybe those people should stop committing crimes and they won't have to go to prison. Could that be? I don't know. Golden State voters approved the referendum Proposition 47 by a 17-point margin. Let me guess, this was another one where they forgot to tell you all of the facts. On Tuesday, and its effects are already being felt, designed to reduce penalties for nonviolent offenders such as drug possession and property crimes. Is intended to save taxpayers thousands of dollars spent on incarceration every year. However, now that it's improved, law enforcement and prosecutors across the state are issuing dire warnings. Let's go down here. Let's see some of the things that are no longer felonies. Now, back in the olden days when I went through the police academy, there were certain things that were always felonies regardless. Now, you had your dollar figures for your misdemeanors and felony. Like if somebody stole $20, that wasn't a felony; it was a misdemeanor. And I don't know, I can't quote you the exact amounts, but usually it was like it wasn't a felony until it was over $500 and so forth. But regardless of the dollar amount, regardless of the actual blue book value or what have you, there were certain things that the theft of which was always a felony. And this is when I went to the police academy in Ohio. And of those things, an automobile. Theft of an automobile was always a felony, regardless of the blue book value. Theft of official documents, such as license plates, birth certificates, things like that. Government documents, titles. If someone stole the plates off your car, you're like, well, the plates on your car only cost $34 or $52, so that shouldn't be a felony. Yeah, but why do people steal plates? Well, Well, they steal them to put on other cars so they can commit other crimes. And firearms. The theft of a firearm, when I was a cop in Ohio, regardless of the monetary value of the firearm, was always a felony. Well, the grand enlightened folks out there in the People's Republic of California have decided that not everything, everybody got misdemeanors, and it's okay to have some misdemeanors on you. And according to this, one of the paragraphs says, as detailed in the release, the crime translation from felonies to misdemeanors includes theft of most firearms, commercial burglary, possession of stolen property, or vehicle theft if the value is under $950, and the possession of most illegal drugs such as heroin and cocaine. Wow. Wow. What do you think, Jared? Do you think they're in for a rockin' good time out there in the People's Republic?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And they're going to, and you know what I'm going to put on my amazing Kreskin hat. My amazing Kreskin hat. I'm going to predict the future. 6 months from now, we're going to be getting stories about property crime and theft crimes going through the roof and skyrocketing. Folks, all right, and first of all, the dollar value on guns and cars and what. So what the hell are you supposed? What is a police officer supposed to do when he gets a report of a stolen car? Is he supposed to get the Kelley Blue Book out and say, well, hang on, before I arrest this guy, I got to get the Kelley Blue Book, and we got to run the year. We're going to get insurance auditors out now, because you guys know how it works when you get a crash. They ask you, like, well, how many miles are on the car? Was it four-wheel drive? Did it have new tires? Was it power locks, power windows, power steering? Was it red? All these questions now. So, and okay, $950. Last time I checked, your friendly neighborhood G-Lock or your M&P or your Kel-Tec pistols or your car pistols or your most of them don't cost more than $950. So somebody can steal your guns, then you call the police and they find that person and they're not even charged with a felony. You're like, well, they'll still be charged with the crime, Paul. So how long, based upon what we know about history, and we already did the show about the actual time spent in jail versus, what was it, Jared? They were criminals were spending, what, 55% of their sentence?
Relatively low.
So some guy breaks into your a commercial. So it's good news for people out there that own businesses. So now these scumbags can break into your business and rob you. And as long as they keep the total robbery amount under $950, they're just going to get a misdemeanor charge, maybe get themselves from probation.
I think that breaking a commercial door would be more than $950.
Well, I don't know, but
or the windows.
Oh, yeah. So, but commercial burglary is not a felony anymore.
That's ridiculous.
In California.
Did you get the text message I sent you last night?
Oh, yeah, about San Diego. Didn't we already do that story?
No, I don't think so.
Find the date on it. Folks, I don't even know what
November 12th, 2014.
Okay. So they reheard the case because we already talked about it. We said how in San Diego that there was a lawsuit against the sheriff because the sheriff was basically, in the People's Republic of California, you have to beg permission from the government to get a concealed carry permit. And because it's discretionary, they can just look at you and say, no, go away.
Yeah.
And one of the things that in San Diego is they said that you had to show cause. And if you couldn't show cause, because apparently being a citizen in good standing in California is not cause to exercise your God-given liberties.
Yeah. Well, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the San Diego County strict policy on issuing gun permits is a violation of the Second Amendment.
So they can no longer demand that you.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing: is the law still says discretionary.
Yeah. So how do they?
It still says may issue. They didn't change the law.
But I mean, would this ruling be a judicial precedent for anybody else that has a case like this in California?
Maybe. But the problem is does the law overturn may issue and turn it into shall issue, and I'm betting not. So, and what do we know about left-wing politicians like the ones in D.C.? Like, oh, well, the court says we have to. Okay, we will, but we're going to make it so difficult and so arduous and so painful of a process that you're not going to want to do it. And if you do it, it's going to take a long, long time. Did the court issue say that they had to issue them within a certain date, according to the story, Jared?
I don't know. I didn't really read that far into it.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if that would be, I mean, since we talk about judicial precedent and bad instances.
Well,
I guess it would be kind of hard
in the works for a while. The San Diego suit's been in the works for a while.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of hard to find a judge that would actually use that and rule on it as judicial precedent. But
well, depend on where the judge is sitting. If they're sitting in the glorious People's Republic of California, it's a crapshoot. So there you go, people in California. Congratulations. So, and what is that? And they say, well, how is it they're going to put more criminals on the streets? Well, so your friendly neighborhood gangbangers and scuzzbags and what have you, all they need to do is make sure that when they rob you, steal your property, break into your business, what have you, as long as they keep the individual tab. Now, it doesn't say combined tab. So if you get a douchebag who breaks into your house, breaks into your car, what have you, and steals $800 worth of stuff today, and then next week he comes in and steals $800 worth of stuff, and then next week he steals another $800. Those are 3 individual incidents, and they're not combined. So that's just wonderful. We thought you guys would appreciate that. We really did. Now you say, but Paul, how is it that you think that someone is going to break into a house and then in a week or two go right back to that house and break in again? Certainly a criminal wouldn't do that because they would know, hey, that the homeowner is going to be waiting for you. So, don't break into that house again. People are like, well, I got broken once, but, I guess that's my time. Actually, no, that really isn't. Sadly, the case is quite often you have burglars and home invaders and scumbags that will break into your home and they'll steal your stuff, steal your computers, your TVs, your laptops, things that are easy enough to fence and sell and what have you. And then they bide their time, and what do? Well, you're upset, you're angry, you're frustrated, you call your insurance company, you make police reports, and then if you've got a decent insurance company, the guy comes out, he cuts you a check, and what do? Well, you drive to the store with your insurance check, and you replace the stuff that was stolen. You replace your iPad and your laptop and your TV and what have you. Well, the douche nozzles know that. They know that's what you do. And so they wait, and let's say they stole your 42-inch flat screen, and they wait a couple weeks, and they go by your house, and they see there's a 42-inch flat screen box in the trash, and they're like, okay, bingo, Johnny there's got he got his insurance check, he's got a brand new 42-inch, instead of the 2008 model that we stole, now he's got a 2014 model. Because if you have good insurance, if you have replacement cost versus actual value cost, then you got yourself a new TV. And they'll break in again. Now, what we've got to you is that little story that I just told you there is part of a new feature that we're kind of melding and molding into our goatee moment. We've got our nice shot audio and what have you. And we're trying this one on for size. We're thinking of calling it the Smoke 'em if you got 'em news updates. And you're like, yeah, that's right. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And what we've got here at Student of the Gun now is we've actually got some cigars in our humidor. We have a studio humidor, thanks to Jared. And thanks to Jared, thanks to Dallin, who donated a humidor for our studio.
Dallin,
thank you.
Who?
Dallin.
Dallin.
You don't need to say the, I see what you're doing. Oh, you're a douche. Now, we've got some new cigars from Drew Estate. We've got the Kentucky Fire Cured and the Nightcrawler Muat. I'm not really sure if that's Mwat.
Oh, we got the Kentucky ones?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You didn't know?
No.
Yeah, they're right over there in the humidor. Okay.
I like those ones.
So yeah, we got the Kentucky Fire Cured. They're these. If you're a follower of Drew Estate, you'll know. If you're not, it's pretty simple. You go to drewestate.com and you check out all the different cigars they've got. And you guys know that Professor Paul likes a cigar now and then. So we thought we would do the Smoke 'em if you got 'em Drew Estate report in addition to the good guy. And Jared's going to go ahead and give us our official goatee moment theme song. And then I'm going to tell you guys what this story is all about and where it came from.
That's why I say, hey man, nice shot.
Good shot, man. That's why I say, hey man, nice shot.
You should.
Ooh.
Who sings that song?
Filter.
Oh, yeah, you should let him sing it.
Oh.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Because I have the microphone, and you will listen to every word I have to say.
You know what trumps the microphone? A mute button.
Nah, don't you dare, hippie. All right, this one comes to us. Now, this story comes to us from where? Now, where does this come to us from? The glorious People's Republic of California. And it would be Sacramento. What do we have here? Now, the source for the story is actually bearingarms.com. And the title of the story is Family Friends of Dead Home Invaders Say, quote, they didn't deserve to get killed. Well, I'll pose a question. So you have a couple of scumbags who decided to break into the home of a retired widow, an elderly widow. What nice young men. So they decide to break into her home while she's there. And the reason that she's not alone, that her brother is with her, is because her home had been previously broken into a week before. What? You mean 2 times in a row? Once? Oh, and she was afraid to be alone in her own home. Folks, what kind of a nation do we live in where we allow widows to be afraid to be alone in their own homes? That's sick. That's disgusting. And anybody who thinks it's not a problem or not a big deal or just an isolated incident is a fool and is someone I don't want to speak to. Now, Jared, there's a news story that accompanies this. It's like Sacramento News Channel 13, Sacramento, California. And we're going to go ahead and break it up into a couple of sound bites. We got sound bite number 1. Now, folks, go ahead and it's going to be almost a minute, so don't walk away and get coffee or anything. But I know a lot of you guys are on the treadmill, so you're a captive audience anyway, and you can't leave. Did
you know that if you walk away to get coffee, you can take your device with you?
Yeah, or you can hit the pause button. Yeah, I know. Shut up.
It's 2014 now.
It is 2014. All right, go ahead and hit me clip number 1, and we'll talk about that.
Tonight, we're hearing from family and friends of 2 teenage boys shot and killed inside a Sacramento home they just broken into.
If he were alive today, what would you say to him?
Michael, you shouldn't have done that.
One teen was 16 years old, the other just 14.
But neighbors say they are not surprised the home invasion happened. CBS 13's Maria Medina is live at Touchscreen 13. She's getting answers about the Sacramento area hit hard by criminals recently. Maria?
And guys, the victim told police she was afraid to stay in her own home, and this paints a picture as to possibly why. This is the victim's home. All these squares, crimes that have happened in just the last 2 weeks. The T's for auto thefts, the P's for property crime, usually vandalism, and of course the B's for burglary, including this one right here at the victim's home just less than a week ago. And tonight, the family of one of the suspects offering an explanation as to why the teens did it.
All right, Jared's going to stop it right there. Well, first of all, they go to the mom of one of the scumbag pieces of human filth, and they say, if he was alive today, what would you tell him?
She didn't seem very concerned.
I would tell him he probably shouldn't have done it. Really? Really?
Did you see the video that's gone around of the kid that stole something, It's a little kid, and his dad makes him hold books above
Oh
his
yeah,
head.
I did. I didn't watch it, but I saw the comments.
Yeah,
and
he's
stuff.
like, well, we can't beat our children now, so I have to find something to do.
So, yeah. So here we go. We've got an elderly woman, a widow, whose home is broken into less than a week ago, who is scared, who calls her brother, who's obviously older too. You know, and he comes to stay with her because she's in fear. And then they go to the the Action News 13 reporter in the studio, and she's got this map of the neighborhood in front of her, and it's just littered, dotted with all of these property crimes, burglaries, vandalism. Folks, you got a problem. And if you guys go to the show notes and watch the video, if you feel like it, it's not a couple. It's not like 5 or 6. It's dozens and dozens, maybe 100 of these little pushpin flags all over this neighborhood. So what are the citizens of the community supposed to do? Well, since they're in California, they can look forward to what? Even more property crime, because thanks to their idiot mush-brain neighbors who are just being reasonable, just, there's too many people in prisons, and that's not fair. We just can't be putting people in prison. I don't know where you want to put them. We could put them in the morgue. We could put them in the graveyard. What is your options there? Are we going to build castles and fortresses and bar our homes and live behind bars because we're afraid to go out? Is that what you want to be? Well, that's what we're getting here in California, and it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse, douchebags. But so now this is I watched the whole video, and I had to freaking duct tape. I had to gorilla tape my head to keep it from exploding, because they go. And here's this poor woman, right? Homeowner doing nothing wrong except that she's living in her house. And these vermin, I love how they call them boys and teens. No, they're felons. They're scumbags. Hey, Mom, how about teaching your kids not to break into homes, not to commit? Whoa, is it still a felony to break in someone's home? What do we have to do? We have to dialogue with them. We have to sit down, offer them tea. Maybe we could do the CBS. Treat them like royalty. Welcome them into your home. What of mine would you like to steal, scumbag? Because that'll stop them. Dude, I'm telling you, it's freaking. So these two turds, these crap balls, get smoked. Sorry, you don't want to get shot? Don't break into people's homes. That's a great way to not get shot. So these puke-faced scumbags are out on the street in front of this widow's home holding a candlelight vigil because that's where they died. You should be ashamed. Let's go ahead and hear from some of the intelligentsia that populates this community in Sacramento. Let's go ahead and hear what they have to say.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
They didn't deserve to get killed.
They stood outside the Sacramento home where their brother took his last breath.
They're the ones that got shot.
Michael Sembrano, just 14, shot and killed Sunday morning with his 16-year-old best friend, Stephen Kreider. Police won't say whether it was the elderly homeowner or her brother who shot and killed the teens who just broken into their home.
They were on their way out the door, and I just think it was wrong that they were shot.
They were already dead by the time the cops came.
But many who live on Arcade Boulevard say their neighbor did the right thing.
Justice was served.
Burglars hit Robert Robinson's home twice last year. In fact, the area is no stranger to crime, mostly car and home break-ins. And the woman who lived at this home asked her brother to stay with her after thieves targeted her home twice before, including one of the teen suspects shot dead in her home Sunday.
So he was not an innocent bystander. I'm sorry the little boys, the teenagers killed, but if it's my family comes first.
So what was he doing breaking into the home?
I guess trying to eat.
While family and friends admit the teens committed a
Good.
crime, they wonder if dying for their mistake was the only...
Oh, my sweet heavenly Lord. Did you hear what these imbeciles said? He didn't deserve to get killed. He was... And then they say, we go to the family for an explanation. An explanation? And an explanation? Hey, family, why did your little scuzzbag brother, son, kid there feel the need to? Oh, and this was actually the third break-in at this home, the third one, and now that we've got little Johnny and Jimmy scumbag, now that we got their bodies in plastic bags, we're able to fingerprint them. They fingerprint them, and guess what the detectives find out? That at least one of their prints was on the property from a previous burglary. That's right. These little crap bags had broken into this little old woman's house before. And these idiots, these dimwits, are standing out in the street. Shut up! What do you think he was doing? I don't know, maybe he's trying to get some food. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's... Go ahead, Jared, say something while I compose myself.
Yeah, it's... He was just trying to get some food. That's why he broke into that same lady's house more than once. Maybe he got food last time.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. He took some food.
Yeah, food.
He thought, well, it's 2014, and I live in Sacramento, California, and my only option to stay alive is to break into people's homes to get food. Really? Really? Consume excrement and expire. And you know what's missing from this interview? You've got the mom of the deceased. Well, I would have told him not to do it. Oh, you think? They trot out the sister of the deceased. You know what? Your brother was a scumbag. You should be ashamed. You should be hiding your face. Well, shut up, Paul. Not everyone's family is perfect. No, not everyone in everyone's family is perfect. They're not. But if a member of your family is a scuzzbag felon, you don't go out and get in front of the camera and say, yes, they got exactly what they deserved. Oh, friends of the deceased, I don't think they get like a 15-year-old girl, and she's like, they were walking out of the... How the hell do you know? You're a detective now? And they were dead before the police got there. Well, that means that the brother of the widow is a good shot. Congratulations. Jared, what was of all the idiots and dimwits in pieces of human filth that they stuck cameras and microphones in front of, what was missing?
An adult father figure.
An adult male father figure. Nowhere in this crowd of losers was there an adult male father figure to grab him by the shoulder, slap him across the face, and say, shut up and quit crying. Quit making excuses. Oh, we're going to cry for these scumbags? Who's weeping for the widow who's spending the last few years of her life on earth terrified in her home? And the neighbors whose home was broken into twice. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm not crying any tears for you scumbags. And I don't know what you people in California are going to do. Hell, now if you catch these guys, if you call the police and they catch them, and they have to get the blue book out and decide whether or not they're going to charge them with felonies. And if they charge them with misdemeanors, even if they go to prison or to jail, it isn't going to be for very long. It's time to take back your communities, Mr. and Mrs. America, one community at a time. You know what I'm kind of missing, Jared? I'm kind of missing our Motor City Madhouse reports. We haven't had any really good Motor City,
Yeah, we have.
I think it's gotten cold up there now.
It's probably the crime's probably
What?
dropped.
No. Well, I don't know. Because last year, remember, there was snow on the ground when that woman used a cheap gun to defend her home.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
So I'm kind of missing the Motor City.
Well, it was
reports.
Down here in Mississippi, on the coast of Mississippi. I woke up this morning and it was 28 degrees.
It's freaking cold down here.
Yeah.
I had to break out my Woolrich shirt. Now, I have one of those. It's an actual wool shirt from Woolrich. It's a 100% wool. And you guys out there, my wife thinks I'm crazy for wearing it. But I love my wool shirt. They're expensive. Most guys don't get them, or not everybody gets them, because you can't get them at your cheapo stores. You're not going to get them at your Walmarts and Kmarts and stuff like that. You actually have to get them from, a good quality maker. And this Woolrich shirt, it's a flannel, Oh, it's so toasty warm when the mercury drops down here. And the more you wear it, the more comfortable it feels. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I've had that for 5 years, 6 years, something, 7 years at least. I love that shirt. Ooh, and hardly ever gets cold enough to wear it. Maybe 3 months out of the year, Jared, down here in the tropics.
Yeah, if that.
Well, speaking of things that my wife likes and doesn't like, Jared, have you got Mrs. Markle convinced to sit down in front of the microphone?
Yes, she is convinced, and it will be in the second hour of this week's episode.
All right, you heard it. According to the boy wonder over there, he has convinced his mom to come into the glass case of emotion, sit down, put the headphones on, and answer questions.
And I'm going to work it like this. I'm going to work it where Dad's not going to be involved. So he can't hear the questions.
I'm going to be banished. I have to go somewhere else while it's being recorded.
Yeah, he can't hear the questions or the answers to the questions until he listens to the posted radio show.
Oh, really?
So he'll hear it at the exact same time that you will.
Oh, wow. That's not right.
Yeah.
How's that
interesting?
How's that Patriot Fire Team book coming along, Jared?
I was just about to say we've actually quite a few people have pre-ordered it, and I'm really impressed. Go to patriotfireteam.com if you don't know what I'm talking about. And I sent patriotfireteam.com to the page where the info on the book is, and you can pre-order it from there. We're going to release it on December 16th, and I am redoing the patriotfireteam.com website, trying to update it and get it more user-friendly for you guys, because there's a lot of stuff that's in the book that is extra. It's supplemental content that is going to be on the website.
Ooh, look at that. Boy, Jared, you're just making more work for yourself, aren't you?
Yeah,
I hope they appreciate it.
It's worth it.
I hope everybody out there in the Student of the Gun, Patriot Fire Team audience appreciates it. We know we appreciate you guys for being out there. Now, do you want to tease them? Let's just tease them a little bit.
Well, we teased them with one thing already, so I mean...
well, they can handle it. Can you guys handle it?
I don't know. I heard them. They said yes.
They said, can the men in the audience handle it? Now, can the women in the audience handle it?
They usually handle it better than the men.
Can the eunuchs in the audience handle
Definitely not.
I don't think the eunuchs in the audience can handle it. The eunuchs and the professional media personality,
the non-professional reporters.
The reporters, yeah. Who listen in to just try and catch me saying something that I shouldn't say. But what have we learned? There is nothing that I shouldn't say. There are things that I don't say, but there's nothing that I shouldn't say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, I've got it in my show notes here in front of me on my cool little laptop. It says bonus hour special. Now, in addition to answering the personal questions from you guys, and you guys, if you want to ask us a personal question, either myself or Jared, feel free. And because it is big boy time, big boy, big girl time, ask anything you want. But you got to post it go to forums.studentofthegun.com. It's pretty simple, forums.studentofthegun.com. And there's a little thread there that says, get to know Paul and Jared on a personal level. If you want to ask us a question, drop it in there, and we go through those when we do the bonus hour. Now, the bonus hour, as we told you, is going to become the grad program. Now, this week, if you are already signed up as a bonus hour subscriber, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade you automatically. You're automatically going to be upgraded to the Student of the Gun grad program. And in the grad program, you're going to get the bonus hour of the Student of the Gun radio every week, the big boy hour. It's going to arrive to you in your inbox. You just click on the link, and you can put it on your device, download it, listen to it however you feel like listening to it. Once a month, you're going to get the Tactical Tutor. That's the newsletter. That is a brand new newsletter that we're going to be doing for you guys. And that's only going to be available to the grad program guys. Now, in addition to that, what else they get, Jared? They get discounts on online material, online training material. They're going to get discounts on live training, which we've got a bunch coming up. We're actually scheduling more live training here in the future. as we talk.
And we may be coming to you. So
yeah, we're going to be doing mobile classes. So perk up your ears. We're going to be doing mobile training. A lot of you guys asked for mobile training. Now, we can't go to all 50 states, but we will be moving around the nation. And what's that last thing? Oh, duh. If you are a grad program subscriber, and like I said, if you're already a bonus hour person, we're just going to automatically upgrade you this week. Now, you will be automatically entered into the special giveaways and contests that we have for the grad program people. And we've got one. One of our sponsors, one of our TV show sponsors, actually is going to provide us with a brand new firearm, a brand new concealed carry pistol. We're not going to say who it is yet, but I can tell you this, that you'll like it. You'll be excited. It's actually going to come with a laser.
I was going to say, if you have animals, they'll like it too.
It's going to have a laser. So, yes, we talked with one of our TV show sponsors this week, and what we're going to do is we're going to announce the contest the week before Thanksgiving, and then we're going to choose the winner from the grad program. Right? We're going to choose the winner from the grad program list the week before Christmas. Does that work for you guys? If it doesn't work for you,
that's how it's going to work.
I don't know.
So.
That's pretty much how it's going to be because this is not a democracy. It's a benevolent dictatorship. All right, ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, Jared, does that bring us right up to the time?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does, but let me talk a little bit about the grad program thing. We're going to send out one newsletter per month. And do you want to? I'm going to send one out this on the 17th of November. And can you have another one done by the first week in December?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do. So I'll start sending them out the very first week each month.
Okay.
But if you want to get November's issue, then you have to be a part of the grad program before November 24th.
All right. There's one thing that we didn't tell them. How
to
become part of the grad program.
Oh, you go to studentofthegun.com, go to studentofthegunradio.com, and then there's a little thing for the bonus hour. I'll change it so it'll say grad program. But for now, when you hear this, it'll say bonus hour of Student of the Gun Radio.
So that is all taking place this week, this coming week. So pay close attention. Now, a lot of you guys out there, you're like, I don't like social media, or I don't do social media, and I got that. But a lot of you do. A lot of you are on Facebook, a lot of you are on Twitter, a lot of you are on all that other jazz, right? And if you are not following us, if you're not following Student of the Gun, if you have a Facebook account and you're not following Student of the Gun and you're listening to me right now, you're wrong, but you have the opportunity to fix yourself. Same thing with the Twitter deal. And you're like, well, why would I want to do that? Well, the thing is, when we have new stuff, that day, the day that it comes out, you don't have to wait until next week on the radio for me to tell you about it. That day we'll post it on studentofthegun.com, on the Facebook, on the Twitter, and so forth. It's going to be there. And if you are signed up for the free newsletter, you want to make sure that you're checking your email every day because we do the updates, what's new, when are things available, training, videos, new radio, all that jazz. So make sure that you're checking your emails. And you're like, well, man, this has got a lot to do. You know, at work, you take your phone into the bathroom with you, and you sit there and you fart around on your phone. You know you do. Don't lie. Don't lie to me. I know you do. So when you're doing that, scroll through your messages. That might be a good time, Jared, that when they're at work and they sneak off to the bathroom with their phone, wouldn't that be a good time for them to download the Student of the Gun mobile app?
Yeah, download the mobile app.
There you go.
We like to give everybody, if you have, like, say, the bonus hour people, everybody subscribed to the bonus hour gets exclusive deals that only are sent to the bonus hour. People that have the app get exclusive deals or exclusive content that is only sent to people with the app. So if you're subscribed to the bonus hour, the app, if you're subscribed to anything, the Student of the Gun newsletter, the Student of the Gun, SOTGU.com, if you're signed up to that, you get things that are specifically for that.
You know what? I just had, my brain just exploded. How about I get Crossbreed holsters to throw in a holster for that gun? You think we could do that?
Yeah, I think we could do that.
Tell you what, I'll contact
Ask
Trent
him.
this week and see if he'll do it. Now, folks, ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, we're going to wrap it up, but don't forget about Student of the Gun TV. Dish Network Channel 266 every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Or if you got a smart TV, you can watch us on Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, and not only can you watch us on Mondays, but you can watch us all week long. You can watch us on demand, and you know that's what you want. You want on-demand television. You're listening to on-demand radio, right? Absolutely you are. And we can get all that information. You can get all that information. The central hub for all things Student of the Gun is what, Jared?
StudentOfTheGun.com.
StudentOfTheGun.com. And with that, play me out, Johnny. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are a beginner once, but you should indeed be a student for life. Make sure that you download part 2 of this week's episode, because we're going to talk about Remington. We're going to talk about the SAFE Act up there in New York, some more slave state news. And then we're going to let you know some good news out of Dallas. So make sure that you tune in. Oh, and don't forget, we're going to have a Q&A session with Mrs. Markle. That should be fun.